Holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
Thank you so much for that musical blessing, Arianne and Ava. We're at my house this week for our final Advent devotion. It's right before Christmas. There's a lot of anticipation in the Barron household, but with 2 kids asleep and a dog not barking at UPS trucks delivering Amazon goods, things are finally silent. I love that song, Silent Night. I don't know if you know the story behind it, but it was a song that way back in Germany, years and years ago, a church needed a song for a midnight mass, and the organ broke like just during that day. And so the pastor at that time, who was in charge of the service, went to Hans Gruber, one of the teachers at the local school, and he had just this poem that he'd written and said, "Can you just put this to music?" Hans was a guitar player and beautifully arranged the song Silent Night. You know, when you think of the Christmas story, there's a crazy juxtaposition. On the one hand, you have Mary in a real way giving birth to the baby Jesus. That is probably not a silent experience. That is a loud, messy, ugly experience. And yet I can only imagine a few hours after the fact, Mary holding the newborn Jesus in her arms as Jesus slowly falls asleep. It's interesting because, you know, in my life, there was a long stretch of years when I was younger when I could not stand silence. Like, I get in the car, I crank the radio up to 11, I'm throwing my favorite playlist on, or I'm throwing my favorite podcast on. I don't want any silence. But the older I get, the more I learn to appreciate the beauty in it. I think that's why the gift of music at Christmas time is so beautiful, because on the one hand you have the swelling and movement of music where things can be loud and voluminous, joy to the world, right? We're pulling out all the stops. And other times, a song like Silent Night, you can enjoy the beauty of quietness, stillness, and silence. We sing songs at Christmas time to give praise and glory to God, and yet how beautiful a thing it is, whether we are in a moment in our lives where things are loud and chaotic and crazy, or whether things are silent, to be able to look at the story of this baby boy born in a manger, God made flesh, and to know that even in the noise or even in the silence, He's been there and He is with you. Have a blessed Advent and a Merry Christmas.